Hi friends, welcome back to Frosty Eye Candy. So as usual, I'm going to jump in with the dried and resin results of this swipe like a pro on a budget. So there we go, we've got some fantastic cells there. Worked really beautifully, and as you can see the coat of resin, well, it's pretty damn good too. But yeah, there you go guys. So how did I get to this and what colours did I use? Well, let me run through them with you, but I can only show you the brands because I used the very last of these paints for the last JOP number 35. And I don't have any more, so I'm just going to kind of show you the ones that I do have left. It's from my dollar store. It's called the Acrylic range, and the colours that I used in there, these two I did use, the Vivid Yellow and the Tuscan Red, but also in this piece is the Majestic Purple, and then the Cobalt Blue, and then this one is the Sky Blue is also in here. And right, yeah, now the cell activators. They were just house paints with some water. I tried the Rust-Oleum Goldmine that I get from Home Depot with some water. I also tried some of the Amsterdam standard acrylic paint, and this one's Lamp Black. Just this and some water, and that's this side. Absolutely worked fantastically, really well indeed. And now this side here, where the cells are much smaller but still very pretty, it's just Colour to Go from Sherwin Williams, and this is in the tricorn black. And I used this straight out of the pot just for a comparison so we could see how well they actually work. I'm pretty sure if I'd put a bit of water with the tricorn black, it might have given us some nice bigger cells like this. But all that I used in this was just the US Floetrol and then the dollar store paints. And I mixed them up at a ratio of 2:1, but that's 2 parts of the paint to 1 part of the Floetrol. So we could keep the paints a little bit thicker because, you know, we're doing a swipe here. But let me also just show you this one here. This is the result from the dried and resin results from JOP number 35, using house paints as cell activators. There you go. But after I had done this one, I really wanted to give it another go and tried this one. And I didn't think that I had recorded it, but then I found it in my video file. So I was like, great, let's make a video, how to bloom on a budget, or sorry, how to bloom on a budget, how to swipe like a pro on a budget using the dollar store paints. Anyway, that's enough chitty chat for me. Oh yes, if you actually want to know about the actual mixing of these 3 paints and the house paints as cell activators, please watch JOP number 35 because I mixed them right up live in the video right then. Okay, now that's enough chitty chat. We're going to get the camera pointing down and we're going to get on with the painting. And before I forget, of course, this video is coming out on the 28th, so I hope everybody had a lovely Christmas and everybody else, happy holidays. So thanks guys, zip it, let's get on with it. Okay then, my friends, time for the voiceover part of the video. And the first thing I should say is that's a 8x8 inch wooden cradle, and that's a pillow of Linen Premium in white satin. You could also just make your own white pillow with the regular white from the budget paint range and Floetrol itself. The first colour I was just putting down there then, that's the Tuscan Red. Now we're putting down the Vivid Yellow. Such a fantastic contrast between the two. We really love it. So now the next one we're putting down here, this is the Majestic Purple. Again, fantastic contrast to the yellow and then to the red. And then in we go with this one, and this is the Cobalt Blue. So we've got some really beautiful primary colours here, guys. And we're going to get some great contrast to the swipe, hopefully. This is why we're doing it. So now the last colour I'm putting down here, friends, it is just a thin kind of little drizzle of the Sky Blue by the budget paint range. And mine up here in North America are called the Acrylic. But there we go. Flicking a little bit more in. I think maybe the Sky Blue was just a little bit thicker than the rest. But there we go, my friends. There's the swiping tool that I'm going to use. You could also quite easily use a piece of kitchen roll or a paint scraper, or as this is very similar to the icing tools that they use in baking. But there we go guys, just showing you how much cell activator I was putting on. Just a thin little spread, and this cell activator is the Amsterdam standard paint and water, and that's it. So just leaving the swiping tool there so you can see how much of the gold Rust-Oleum cell activator I'm putting on there. And again with this, the Rust-Oleum gold, it is just the paint and water, and that's it. So there you go my friends, in for a nice close-up so we can see this swipe. We can see all those beautiful cells popping up there pretty darn quickly. I had hopes for this working well for me, but as you can see, this one worked really, really well. On the other side, I just used the Colour to Go from Sherwin Williams in the tricorn black, just straight out of the pot. I was using for a comparison, but I also add a little bit of the Rust-Oleum gold mine to that side before we swipe as well. So while we're just finishing watching these beautiful cells pop up, I would love to tell you about our show every Sunday at 1 p.m. PST, The Joy of Pouring. It's a friendly live acrylic pouring show where we create different pieces of art and have a great old time in the live chat, in the pre-show live chat and during. So yes, please join us for the Joy of Pouring show live every Sunday, and we return on Sunday the 8th of January at 1 p.m. PST. That will be 3 p.m. Central and 4 p.m. on the East Coast of America. So there you go my friends, you can see I've just poured the gold cell activator on as well, and in we go for the second swipe. Now, as we can see, the cells are far, far smaller on this side, so that would lead me to believe that if I had put a little bit of water in the Colour to Go, the tricorn black, it would have reacted a little better than this. Used straight out of the pot, as we can see, it creates many, many small little cells, and when we use the Amsterdam standard acrylic mixed with water, and also the Rust-Oleum mixed with water, we get larger cells. So as you can see, larger on the top there, smaller on the bottom. But while we're watching this, oh yes, a nice close-up there of these cells. I was quite astounded as to how well it worked. I'm very pleased. So while we're just waiting for me here, I'd love to tell you about the Shelley Art course. It's an online fluid art pouring course, one that I highly suggest. I'll have the web address up on the screen right now. I've taken the course, many of my peers have taken the course, and we all highly recommend it. And I also have a 15% off discount code that you'll please feel free to share and use, and I shall put that discount code up on the screen around about now. So in we go for a nice close-up after the first spin, guys. The piece has expanded beautifully and kept the cell structure, and all is looking really great. So as we're taking a nice look at this, I'd love to tell you about our Facebook group, The Acrylic Crazy Train. It's an online safe space for beginners and learners of the fluid art momentum, let's say, or the movement. They can share their work in a safe space where they can get positive and constructive feedback on their work without fear of ridicule or anyone leaving nasty comments. So that's the Acrylic Crazy Train. Please search us out on Facebook and join us. And if you're actually liking this piece, my friends, it is in a competition. All you have to do is watch video number 86 on my channel. Please watch it in its entirety. And then when you've finished, please comment love, and you'll be put into the winning bin for this piece, and we will draw the winner on the first show of the JOP, which is Sunday the 8th of January. So just going out now for a good look at the piece, and we're going in for the second spin. So if anyone is watching and they haven't subscribed, may I please say, please subscribe, my friends. When you subscribe, you can leave comments, you can leave a thumbs up and a like, which is very important because the more likes we get, the more likely our video is going to be suggested by YouTube to people that haven't seen it before. But please, yes, please subscribe and support my channel. Thank you. So when we go for a nice close-up of the second, after the second spin, the piece is looking really gorgeous, and we can really clearly see the definition of the small cells on one side and then the larger cells on the other. So it's a great comparison piece. So just checking for movement, guys, to see how much we've got. Whether we need a third spin, I don't think so. That's why I like to leave my spins for a little bit longer, so we can get all of the excess paint off within 1 or 2 spins at the most. And that helps us retain our cell structure. So there you go, my friends. It's very important to always wipe the edges of your cradle or your canvas just to stop the paint continue to flow over the edge. But in we go for a nice little close-up after I've finished wiping this. So please visit my Facebook store, guys. There is a link in the description of this. If you like this piece or many others, they are for sale and they make great gifts. Beautiful close-up here, guys, of those cells. Looking really good. So thank you so much, my friends. Thank you for joining me. I hope everybody had a great Christmas and happy holidays. And as always, happy pouring.